Hello. Of course I'm late. I'm always late, you know. Just doing a couple last minute finishing touches for getting the live set up. Um, and we'll get into the highs and lows of today. I just figure I haven't flipped over the camera yet. Haven't put the mic on officially yet. Yeah, just getting my sponge out. Just too much going on. Too much stress too, you know? Well, we got some stories to tell. Kinda, sorta. Obviously, I can't tell all the stories, but some of it I can get into. Okay, we got this, we got that. What else do I need? I have no idea. I didn't even plan much tonight. Didn't get a chance to. Just after work tonight, came home and kinda, sorta crashed because I just needed rest. Okay, I need a couple more things. Then we'll get rolling. I know I'm always late, but whatever. Okay, I got those nearby. Alright, we're just gonna get started. And then we're gonna see where this takes us, guys. Alright, where's my phone? I have a friend who wants something. Alright, because someone asked me to let them know when it's gonna be on. There we go. Message her. I'll flip over the camera in a moment. So how are you? How is everyone? Whether you're watching live, replay, let's see if Facebook's working. It won't be good if it's not working. Come on. Hey, Evelyn. Hey, you're here. Awesome. Okay, I wasn't sure who was here exactly. Hi. Okay, I made it. I'm going to have some curse words tonight, okay? Because I just... Anyway, so part of the actual late part is... I came home, ate, slept, because I'm like, I just needed sleep. I'm just so worn out. Of course, everyone's bugging me. My partner's bugging me. I'm like, F off. Anyway, finally got up. Sent you, Evelyn, a bunch of messages explaining, like, what was today? Today was just something. And I go take the dogs for a walk, and it's like, it's that time of night that everyone's walking their dogs. Go here, go there, da 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 da. I'm trying to bypass. And it's like, it just took longer to get back. Then I get in. I'm trying to get this broadcast started. So, I should actually explain it for a quick half minute here. So, in case you're wondering, how do I do this? Camera. Where's my finger? Camera. So there's two cameras. So what I have to do is first go to Facebook. I prefer using Google Chrome because it seems to work the best. Because Safari doesn't like it. I don't know if Firefox does not. So I go to Chrome, go to Facebook, go to this Facebook page. No, page, group, sorry, group. Click as if I'm going to create a post. Curse it up, yeah, yes. And then I click over to like live video, and it brings me over to, do I want to do like a live video or a pre-scheduled thing? I click the live video thing, and right away it forces it into picking up one of the cameras. Fine, whatever. And then from there, I switch it over to like whatever button is called streaming something. Pretty much streaming software. And then I go load up my OBS, because I have two screens. The up screen's Facebook. The lower screen is software and stuff. OBS is what I use. It's actually free. And I start checking all the settings, make sure the mic is working, check if both cameras are working. And this camera, this one, where is it? Whatever. It wasn't working. I'm like, damn it. Sometimes it just does that. I also use another program called Webcam Settings. Sure. Because the thing is, me who uses a Mac forces it to autofocus. If I want to turn it off, I have to use a software to turn it off. So I have this camera manually set. So sometimes it's a little blurry if I don't have it set correctly, in case you ever wondered. Because that way you're not getting a blur. Because you know how it auto refocuses if you have movement in that. So set that. Now, but the problem is that camera wasn't working. So then I had to like pretty much unplug, replug in the camera. That actually kind of helped. And then got everything going. And then I also have a Stream Deck that flips through the screens here. I have it roughly set, so I'll just click a couple buttons here. So pretty much it jumps to here, I can jump to here, I can jump to here, go back to here, I can turn off the lettering. I have a basic setup. I'm gonna just bump the one camera cable. But it's gonna give you a heads up that there's actually a lot that goes into the setup. And sometimes if one thing's not working, it's like, oh my god. And then, so set up Facebook. I also use an AI to write the post message, I do admit. Because it's better than my own words. I should use my own words, but I'm looking for a little more warmer approach. Create that. I tell it what I want to say, kind of sort of. It makes a warm and fluffy version. I put that in, and I have to, from Facebook to the OBS, give it the stream link, and then when everything's good to go, I click on OBS start streaming. It starts on the Facebook, the pre-head. Click the start live. And I actually record this. So, yes, a lot to get into. Anyways, hi everyone. Sorry, that was a however many 6-7 minute intro. Alrighty. I have a couple of projects on the go at the table here. It's just, again, like, I didn't get a chance to prepare very well. I have some pieces for something special. I just want to put it off to the side because I need it. Alright, so here we go. So, tonight, I'm doing a car-themed thank you cards. The reason, I cannot tell you. It's not my story. No, I did not buy a car. Someone else did. Anyways, so we were like, let's do some thank you cards. So I kind of have this go. This is actually inspired from this month's Make It at Home Card Club card. I'll show you the actual card that I made, a version of the design, because the thing is, the design's going to fluctuate based on the paper. So pretty much, this is the version. So essentially, turn it the other way with the strips of paper. So I love this card. I want to use the, whatever these are, Wild Bunch. So it's super cute. Now, everybody who's getting one of these, and at my Make and Take for Vendor event, the papers will fluctuate. It's going to change. Anyways, but the basic layout is what I'm working with tonight. Tweak some of the sizes a bit. So in the meantime, I'm going to tweak it some more, because I just cut these last night. I don't have the card stuck out yet, because I have no idea what color I'm using. But I can figure it out as I go. But I want to change some of this. The gray plaid, I know it's kind of silly. It's kind of a goofy card. But these strips, I want to slim them down. So we're going to slim them down. Paper trimmer. Where I put the paper trimmer. I have to be careful, because there's a buddy under me. Our little buddy boo is a buddy boo. So these are already 1 inches, as you can maybe see. I'm going to go 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to play, that way it looks like one set of tire tracks almost feel. That's why I picked this paper. So let's just kind of see. Yeah, that just looks a little better, eh? Now under that same theme, I think the same thing with the gray. We're going to bring that down too. I think it'll just look better. So that's, again, 1 inch. I like 1 inch sometimes. It's just a good number to work with. But let's bring it down. I think it's going to look a lot better. But that's the thing. What's great about this card sketch I came up with is, this is an oldie actually. I've had this like a long time. I can go that way. And I had a totally different layout. Yes, I scratched my hand a lot. I had a totally different layout for this. That looks a lot better. A little more cleaner. Because I found the 1 inch pieces was a little too thick. So we're going to go with that with both. So I'm making both identical. Because they're both going to the same place. But also just want to do something cute. Also a way of showcasing this is me. You know. I'm a crafty kitty. Or at least I hope I'm a crafty kitty. Today just sucked, you know. Obviously, can't get into the details. But it sucked. Okay, so we got that. Now, we'll just work on one of these, because they're both going to be the same cards. I'm going to do the same layout. Now, I got to pick my cardstock. I'm feeling greens. Like, I don't even know the place colors. I didn't even get into that. I'm just going with the flow of the paper. So I'm going to go with a green. Now, I got to go reach for the green. I have a choice of Peaceful Pine. Speaking of Peaceful Pine, we can at least see what it looks like. I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Where's Peaceful Pond? Okay, there's Peaceful Pond. Yeah, I think Peaceful Pond, not so much the ink, but just the color for the cardstock is going to go well. I'm going to grab that now before I not grab it. So we can see if that's going to work. It's just slightly out of reach, guys. You might see my butt, but oh well. Yeah. Peaceful Pond. So let's pull out a sheet and just kind of peek at how it is. So how is everyone? Hope you're good. Today's stress, without getting into identifiers and trouble, and if people want to know the nitty gritty privately, oh, I could tell a hell of a story. Evelyn, you already know the story. It was just like, okay, to be fair, for most people it's not insane crazy, but for me it was just couldn't handle it today, you know. All right, okay, I like the green. Green looks good. We'll roll with that. All right, we'll come back to all this. So actually, I'll keep some of this on hand. So my next move is trucking along bundle, because I gotta have a car theme to go with the car theme. The query I have for myself is, because I'm going to stamp in hole punch. I'm kind of debating whether or not to do it in white paper and then color it, or do like gray on gray. So, but I think if I do it in white paper and hole punch it, it'll actually pop more. So we're gonna do it like that, I think. So I gotta find some white paper, which I unfortunately have a lot of. Unfortunately, yes. It's all good though. I think that'll work the best. The truck color is going to be gray because there is I have a personal connection to this scenario that's happening. So we're going to go with that. So I need black ink and gray. So I'm going to dig around for a few minutes here. Make sure I got, so there's the black ink. Do I have a gray? I have colors, but I don't know what I have. Just bear with me a moment. Because I keep a bunch of colors on the desk that may or may not serve me well. And I hear my ice machine in the background. There's the gray. We'll do gray granite. That way it's not like a dark gray. It'll kind of hopefully work well with that plaid gray I got going on in the paper. So let's see. Yeah, I think that'll look good. I don't want too dark, you know. Alright, so we'll just work on this piece. And I gotta do it twice. So, I got my sponge ready. We're kind of good to go. Whoops, I'm clicking things I should not click. Okay, yeah, no, today is just not a good day, guys. Not a good day. It's interesting as we age. You know, I'm probably younger than most of you watching, but that's okay. I ran into a scenario that younger me probably would have done what the young kids around me would have done. But I've hit this age where... Now, okay, what I'm doing is I put the stamp on backwards because I just want to clean the the adhering side. Because it's pretty worn out. There we go. But the thing is, as we age, we gain more self-responsibility when it comes to stuff that goes on, if something goes wrong. And today, something went wrong at work. Not totally epic. Thankfully, I'm the one that caught it. It wasn't even my error or anything. But it just spontaneously, this scenario landed in my lap for a moment. I took a look into it and I'm like, ooh, crap, oh shit, there's something wrong here. Went to the person who did the order and be like, hey kid, yeah, I want to look into this. Something's not right here. And he did look into it. But what just kind of struck me was... I guess it's an age thing, is he kind of dealt with it like almost like you're going to sweep it under the rug kind of feel. Like, yeah, deal with it, but kind of pretend it didn't happen. And I'm like, I'm at that age where, you know what? Fine, it happened. It shouldn't have happened. But it did. We're human. Just own up to it. But the way I am these days, and the way my headspace is, I'm just inking up the stamp. It just really got to me. It just, oh my god, like I was just frustrated, like insanely frustrated, to the point that I couldn't function. Like, and that's kind of where I'm at these days. And maybe it's because my age and where I'm at, my perspective, and I'm working with a really good boss who actually listens, hears feedback, that he checks in with me through, like, how are you doing? And at one point in the afternoon, I said, like, I'm not okay. I'm upset about something. Like, I'm upset about this thing that happened. Fine. It in some ways has nothing to do with me, but because as a team, as a company, culture, environment, it bothered me that this thing happened. Like how does this happen? Which I know how it happened. I have my theories. But it's like, and then, like I said, I told him what happened. Like I said, here's the ABCD steps and how I came across it, how I dealt with it, but delegated back to the person. Because that's the thing. One of our things at work is, if we come across something that ain't right or whatever, give the person who worked on it a chance to resolve it, to own up and do stuff about it. So I did. So, and I said to my boss, like, I shouldn't be the one telling you this happened. Like, just FYI, like. So sure enough, he goes in the office and looks it up and he sees what happened. It's like, yep. Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. So it's just stuff like that. And then throughout the day, because I was off last week for a couple days, so as throughout the day I found out more stuff that went on in the last week. And it's like, oh my god, I missed so much that happened. So I'm just going to stamp the wheels. I got to come in like super duper close here, because I'm not using a positioner. I haven't done this in a while. This might be a bit of a fail. Give me, oh my goodness. I used to eyeball this like super duper well. Hey, I did pretty good. I did a batch of these for my class cards recently, and I was using the positioner tool, the positioner like as I call it, and I didn't quite get it right because I was doing batches at once, not one at a time. Hey, pretty good. Really, when it comes to this skill is take your time, relax. Also know if it doesn't work, I could just stamp another one. Anyways. But yeah, so today was just weird. And of course, I accidentally had a box fall on my face. And I'm like, literally. So it's like, oh, it was just not a good day. Anyways. Oh, people are awake. We're awesome. We love you. My way of signifying, hey, I'm live. Anyway, so I got that stamped. We're going to do the color of the truck portion. Again, I'm just going to clean the stamp a little more. Which, okay, clean's maybe not the word, but just help it stick a little better to the block and everything. Because it's been a while. It's good to, every once in a while, flip it upside down. Give it a wipe. And see how it's going. There we go. And then flip back. This bundle, I don't even know what year this bundle came out. This Trucking Along bundle. And it was funny. It was one of the earlier days when Stampin' Up! Started doing online exclusives. We're not going to get into what that means, okay? This is going to get too complicated. So, at the time, they were coming up with different product lines and different launches and that. And this is one that they what they do for us demos is we get to see ahead of time what's coming up. And then what the time they would do they would give us a chance to pre-order whatever's coming up. So at the time that year, it was summer of whatever year it was. They had a list of upcoming items coming up for the exclusives. And the flyer teased this bundle. And demos went crazy with, freaking out on, why are you teasing something and we can't have it? Again, super focus. Again, just take your time. The trick with this one is look where the window is of the truck. Look where the fenders are going. Because the fenders has a little bit of a line. Yeah, you can kind of see it now, eh? And just take your time. Even though it's so well loved stamp, you can still kind of see through it. I think as good as I'm gonna get. And then another thing is, because I got gray ink on, which you guys can't see. What's interesting is, as I laid it on the paper, I can actually see the change of the ink from the stamp onto the paper. I probably sound crazy describing that. And no, my luck will probably pull up and look like crap, but here we go. Hey, not bad. Shit, that's pretty good. Like I said, I'm cursing tonight, okay? That is pretty darn good. Wow. It comes to practice. Also, another thing is, with the photopolymer stamps, the more you use them, the better they actually get. So I know this one is like pink, reddish pinkish, but over time, they actually get easier to use. And it also helps give a generous amount of ink on there. But that looks good. Yeah. I was seeing if I had a local audience or not, which it's okay. Now I gotta do the other side. Now, just because I got the one doesn't mean I didn't get the other one. So, anyway, I forgot what's up. Oh yeah, the online exclusives and all that, and when this was released. Because that year I was at our play date for our team, and this was the year when Stampin' Up! Was turning 35, so it's a few years ago. And we had Corey Hancock. She is the, I think, VP of marketing, I think, come up to Canada to join our event. And she was awesome. Oh, we clicked really well. She was amazing. Loved her. She got given me Coca-Cola. Like, it was a really fun event. And because, well, what happened was that year, Stampin' Up! Was wanting to celebrate 35 events in 1 year across the world. So our team applied to see if we can get on the list, and we actually made it on the list. So it was meant as, it's not a corporate run event. It was a, hey, whatever the demos are doing, it's inviting corporate to have a seat with us. And it was great. She was amazing. There we go. Not bad, a little rough, but not bad. She was amazing. So pretty much, if she shows up, hangs out with us, crafts with us. At one point, they did give her a little bit of time. It's like, okay, here, Corey, we're going to give you some floor space. And it was really, we're all just crafting away. And she's just sitting there on the table talking. So we gave her a bunch of questions. And she was amazing. And this came up because this topic about the stamp set. Because she's like, yeah, we know, we, as a company, yeah, we dropped the ball with realizing how much this backfired and how much people loved this. And then when it came out, it kept selling out and whatever. But no, she was amazing. So I'll always cherish that memory of being there at that event, even though some of the events are wonky. Anyways, yeah. All right, so now we give that a moment to dry, okay? Now, what I have not pulled out yet is a thank you phrase. Again, didn't prepare. Alrighty, so we'll just give that a good. These look good, don't they? We'll get a good moment to dry. A thank you phrase, which I should have something around here actually. I might use what I used in a class recently. So I really liked it. I gotta find it. I hope I have it here. Yeah, I do. Is this word thanks? I just really like it. So I gotta figure out the size of it. Blow back the paper trimmer. Let's see how it measures. I gotta pull it out first. Okay, so pretty much 1.5 inches. Okay. By, if I want to go tidy, in 3/4. Okay. So 1.5 inches by 3/4 if I want to just match the stamp size. But who wants to do that? Sometimes we like to go bigger and do something cool. I'm not looking at doing too. I'm gonna also clean that back of the stamp too in a moment. I'm not looking at doing too much fancy. I just want to make it work. So 3/4 is ideal. Let me grab a piece of paper. I have a bundle of random scraps like this. So let's just see. This is sized at 1.25 inches. I'm going to bring it down to 1 inch for the moment. Just to get a feel of how I want to play. Because I said 1.5 inches. Well, it's definitely a lot longer than that. Let's go 2 inches and see how that looks. And bring back that stamp. I'm thinking. I'm just wondering if I should go a little smaller, actually. Maybe go smaller. Alright, let's try that. I mean, I can always cut more paper. That's the advantage of being a demo and having lots of paper. Alright, so that was 2 inch. That just looks a little better, eh? Yeah. Alright, we'll try it at 2 inch and 3/4. So I need another one. So yeah, go 2 inch. Because like I say, I'm making both cards pretty much identical. But yeah, today was just something. It was something. Oh my. Like, I'm like, yeah. Like, alright. So, clean that stamp a bit. It just helps with making it stick a little bit. And I can flip it over properly. Yeah, that feels a lot better too. It's wanting to stick a lot better. Alright, I'm using my Peaceful Pine, my defective ink. Yes, it's defective. Bring these back in. I want to use the green. I don't know where I'm positioning everything yet in the card, but we'll look at that shortly. But the lesson of today is, and I think what my boss and I really connect with well is, I'm able to talk to him about almost anything. And he got to see how I felt. He got to see my emotions. And even when I whacked myself in the face accidentally, he was there with like, hey, are you okay? Like, he's like, go ahead, cry. Please do. Like, he gets it. Like, I just need to be emotional for a moment. So, I swear he's the best boss in the world. And that makes all the difference, really. To have a boss that actually values the team. Even if the team has ups and downs and failures. I mean, we're all human. We're all going to make mistakes. I just got to learn to chill myself, too. Alrighty, so I got that. We're rocking pretty good here. How are we doing? Well, we're about half hour into the broadcast. That's not bad. Not bad. It could be better. Usually if I plan better, I can speed it up, but I like more of the crafting process. Figure it as I go. See what I get. See what crazy stuff I get into. Literally, because I'm wonky that way. All right, I'm just gonna move things around the table a bit to kind of get it organized here. Oh, I gotta do more stamping too. I just realized I gotta do the backs of the cards. Oh, I never did the inserts too. Okay, a few more minutes of other stuffs, or so. I need some white cardstock. I gotta do some cuts. I got doodles everywhere. I sense something in the doodle force. They're good kids. Anyway. Alright, I gotta do the inside pieces. I generally just write something on the inside. You know, I don't usually stamp something because I usually wait until I'm actually ready to customize the card. Like right now, I'm kind of like, I'm not sure what I want to say yet or what I want to write. So I just kind of wing it until then. There we go. I got the inside pieces. Good to go. I've got a white strip to add to my box of scraps later for my scrappies. Because I actually use them. Okay, so now we can hole punch and then assemble. And then to the backs of the cards. Alright, so the old hole punch here. So because I use a bigger piece of paper, this works well. So I never do the window and the fenders and the wheels on this. I just do my own thing. So here we go. Doesn't that look cool with the white? Just makes it pop some more, eh? Alright, we got that. And the little teeny tiny pieces I just threw out. Flip over. Same thing. I think our ice machine's full of ice or out of water right now. There we go. Confetti. Hole punches are awesome, guys. Seriously. Alright, hole punching is done. It just makes it so easy. You don't have to have a die cut machine. Although they're fun too. Alright, doesn't these look good? Don't they look so good? Alright, so let's just assemble. I hear doodles are running. Alright, let's take a card. Fold in half. Both of these are landscape. I had to get my words right. So we'll just do both at once. Because they're both the same thing. But yeah. Hopefully tomorrow's a better day. I hope so. We're going to do the insides now. There's my Seal Plus, which is my preference. So yeah, yesterday I was working on the make it at home versions of this kind of layout. And I had a hell of a time. So I was writing it. I haven't really written crafting instructions before. And the way my brain works, I wrote it way too complicated. It was horrible. It was like I was by trying to write it for most people to understand, I made it way too stupid. So it's like I was talking to my partner. He's on about Scribe, and I'm like, you know, I'll just run it through ChatGPT, and I'm like, thank God it cleaned it up. So I got a really good printout ready to mail out in the coming week because it was like, oh, thank God. Just help me simplify it because I was making it too weird. It was getting bad for the layout. Oh, it was like way too wordy and complicated and awful, and I'm like, uh-oh. Alright, so next up is some adhesiveness with dimensionals. Dimensionals, here we come. Still have this pack of mini from whatever it was. Could have been a paper pumpkin. Usually is. Alrighty. So now I'm just going to peel off the white caps. Alright, now, key thing, orientation and direction. Okay. Have you ever done a card upside down before? Yes, I have. Oops a daisy. That green looks good, eh? Alright, let's do the second one. Same thing. So just stick it on the dimensionals. Alrighty, so we got that. I always like to press some like buttons just to make sure they stick on. Because when you start to pull the white cap, sometimes if it's not on well, it'll come right off. So the whole dimensional. So it helps to just kind of follow through on that, guys, if you're using these things. Or equivalent to whatever's in your area. Again, direction. Key and important. There we go. Looks good, actually. Alright, now the strips. So, up and down. Again, I use dimensionals again because it just works. Because when I was doing the other version for the card club, I originally glued it without, and it just looked too flat. And I'm like, it needs some dimension, guys. So highly suggest if you got dimensionals or foam pop-ins, pop-ups, whatever you want to call them, whatever crafting brand that you're using, go with it. Alright, so I want that way. And I kind of want it, I like it on the left. I don't know why I like it on the left. I just do. There we go. It just pops a little. Let's do the other side. The other card, I mean. Side card, whatever. I gotta find it. I have a whole desk, and I can still lose pieces. Alright. So let's do this one. I have to press the buttons. Who likes pressing buttons? Who likes pressing people's buttons? My buttons got pressed today. I can laugh about it now. Alright, that goes on. More or less. Alright, and then next up, the other pieces. Same thing. Now, again, dimensionals. But make sure I don't have the dimensional that's going to stick on there. Because otherwise it's going to pop up really horribly. Okay, we got that. Yep, so I got them positioned well to where I feel I'm happy with. And then, like so. This will look kind of cool. Like, it's a simple layout, but I love it. Oh, I got pieces flying everywhere here. Alright, same thing on the second one. We got our trucks punched out. Now, in case you're wondering why truck, I have a truck and it's gray. So that's why. A little bit of me into the card. You know, a little bit. Like, I do have some car stuff somewhere, but I don't have a punch for it or a die. And it's like, I'm just gonna go with what I love. Because that's what matters. Alright, we got that. Okay. Now we gotta figure out the positioning of the truck and the thanks. I think that looks, and we're gonna have to get some bling too. I forgot about bling. Alrighty. So based on that, what I gotta be careful is part of the truck gets a dimensional. The rest of the truck, I should bring it back in view. Sorry guys. So the window area equivalent to the truck is a dimensional, while the wheels we're gonna give adhesive. And that way it kind of overlaps well with the concept. Is the going idea anyway. Now, in case you're wondering, these papers, I don't know the source. It was just stuff that somehow made its way into my collection. So in case people are like, where do you get this paper? I have no idea. So sorry, guys. So there we go. Cutesy. And then the thanks is going to get dimensionals. And I'll do the same thing on the second card. That way they're both matchy-matchy. Because they're both going to the same place. You know, to two people at the same place. And my truck's a little lopsided, but I can try to fix it in a moment. Alright, so there's the thanks. Let me see if I can fix it quickly. Yeah, I just realized it was not even. There we go. That looks good. Doesn't that look cute? Simple and sweet. It's a great layout. Alright, second card. Same thing. So like I said, the window area on the back of the truck gets a dimensional. The wheels are going to get the seal. And that goes on kind of like what we've been doing. Even the lines of the gray plaid helps with positioning. There we go. And then the thanks, which I'm off camera. Sorry. Gets this. Now, bling might be a bit of a challenge. I'm getting low on bling. As in, let me correct myself. I'm low on what's near me. If I want specific bling, I gotta dive into the vault and grab more, which I really should. I actually do need to refresh my bling collection one of these days, but I'll worry about that as needed. But I'm sure I'll still have something. I'm feeling green, because I don't use green much. And green is nothing significant to why I'm picking this design. It just works with the paper, to be honest. Alright, so let's grab some bling. I should have some here. Because my little baggie is getting low, actually. I gotta add some more back into my collection. So I see some green. Come on, green. Of course, has to be the last one. Just my luck. Alright, so then put these away. That way I don't accidentally give him the buddy to wear. Would he like strut his stuff running around the house with bling? I have no idea. I don't want to find out because I don't want him to eat it. Ivy's one of these dogs that if she discovers something that no one should have, she'll just grab it and bring it up to Daddy and give it to him. And I'm like, what the hell? It's the weirdest thing ever. And she's done that. It's like, whoa. Like, she's a smart little doodle. Alrighty. So, I can use a tool, which I am going to use a tool tonight. I was about to say something negative. My brain is elsewhere. So, I always like to put a piece with the phrase. That's just me. And then put a piece like there. Garbage is over here. And then the other one on the bottom right. That's kind of my go-to. But maybe not quite the bottom right. Maybe a little bit somewhere else. Like, kind of like there. Simple and sweet, because there's so much stuff happening with the paper anyway. You don't need a lot of bling, in my opinion. But if people want to put more bling, hey, go ahead. Each to their own ideals. 1, 2, 3. There we go. We're almost done. Literally almost. There's one more step to go, guys. Put the bling away. We gotta do the backs of the cards, which is true. Alright, so I have 2 stamps I'm using again. I kind of every so many years change up which stamps I'm using. And I'm back to these 2 these days. So I'm going to use the Peaceful Pine again. Because that way the green on green looks really good. Alright, so roll with me for a few minutes. And then we are officially done. So because this block ink stamp spot is defective, I kind of have to stupidly work with it. And yes, I do have a replacement. I just haven't actually used it because I'm determined to use this one. Alright, so I just have to kind of figure out the feel of the ink. And I got ink on myself too. Also look for the shine. There we go. And go with what... Actually, there's another step after this. Sorry. Now, while I got that one kind of wet, we'll do the same thing on the other one and just get it done. Hope I don't got ink everywhere, but oh well. Because a new trick I'm doing this year is actually coloring in some of these stampings. And I think my phone and watch is telling me to get my butt to bed, which is not happening yet. The joys of insomnia. So I've been putting the kitty on the left. Okay. Actually, I'll clean the kitty. Ah, wait, it's just done. And then on the right side is the Love What You Do with the Stampin' Up! Angel Policy stamp. Now this Stampin' Up! Logo stamp is an oldie. I've thought about changing it because I don't like it. Because it doesn't work well with the 2 stamps. It's actually a different height. So you'll see in a moment where it's sometimes effective and sometimes not effective. So here we go. Yeah, so it comes up really different than the other stamping. Sometimes it's almost blotched out if I got too much ink on it. So let's do the other one. But because this technique is how I'm applying ink tonight is actually kind of working. This way of doing it is great if you got a small block like this. And you can see the stamp. A little more, because I can't fully tell if it's got or not. There we go. We got that. Okay. Now the very last step, which... do I do it? Do I do it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to take a moment to clean up. Do I do the very last step, guys? Go back to the first one, which is... I need a pencil. I have one here. I'm actually starting to... Now, I think... Hold on. No, I might be able to... I think it's dry enough. I've been coloring these in for the hell of it. So, we're going to stand and do it. Actually, I'm going to dump this because this is hard to work with when it's all stuff sticking out of it. Make sure I don't knock everything off the table. That way I can say, these cards are done. Yeah, this is very messy. Hey, it works. So, Just going to sharpen my pencil. This is just a pencil, no specific brand. This is just a sharpener I really like. The sharpener, I can tell you, it's a Staedtler. It's just a basic metal sharpener. It's my favorite. Because what I started doing is coloring these in. Why pink? You know, it actually stands out a bit. Prefer purple, but I decided pink is still more effective. It's brighter. So I planned is throughout the doing this, work through my pinks and purples until I need more pencils. Because I actually saved the pinks and the purples for literally, ironically, stuff like this. Actually, I'm just worried about smudging. So I'm just going to lay a piece of paper on here in case it's wet and not move that piece of paper until I have to lift it off. It's a great technique if you want to color, but if you're worried about mucking up the ink, because some inks are really more wet than others, especially red. So there's a technique for you guys. It should be fine, but just in case it's a problem. Like so. But you see how it really makes it pop, eh? But just give it some color. And yes, for the cards I will have for sale at this upcoming vendor event this month, they will be colored in like this. I have a lot to do this week. This is actually my project this week for my vendor event, is literally coloring in. But I mean, check that out. Doesn't that just pop? Alright, I gotta sharpen again because I really like a very sharp tip when it comes to my pencils. But that's just me. Alright. And I also color in the love what you do, or at least the word love. And I guess some pencils are more harder to work with than others for brands. We're not going to get into brands of pencils because I can't. I mean, I can, but because yes, Stampin' Up does have our own, but stuff like this, it's just easier if I'm going through mass amount of coloring to use just whatever's available, because I'm not blending, I'm not watercoloring, because our Stampin' Up pencils are watercolor pencils and they're really cool. But I'm not watercoloring, so it's no need. And the very last step when I'm done is I will put a sticker on here with my contact information, but that's not so relevant for the video tonight. That's more of a when I'm finally finishing the card. Because this opportunity that my friend can give a thank you card to a couple people gives me a chance to showcase what I can do. Look at that. Doesn't that just pop? Alright, flip to the other one. How long have we been on for? 50 minutes. Yeah, a little long, guys, but that's the thing with crafting. We get all into this. Alright. Just in case I don't smudge it. Of course, I break the tip easily. Because normally I would let it dry. But I thought, you know what? I'll show this tonight. I mean, I don't know how many people as demos who decorate the backs of the cards with whatever logo decorative, who makes the effort to actually color some of it in, because I wear glasses, so it kind of makes sense with my whole branding. I almost broke my glasses today. I was a little bit fearful. It's like, no, I like these glasses. When I got these glasses, my parents were like, why those? I'm like, they don't fit right. I'm like, I like them. They didn't like them. Maybe they don't fit right, but I don't know. I like them. Part of why we got these glasses was literally that stamp. It's like, it's my stamp, you know? Had to go with the brand. Alright, there's the glasses part done. Give it another sharpen. But yeah, I actually look forward to doing this week. Just the coloring. Oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun. Okay, I got that. Give it another sharpen. Small pencil, eh? I do have pencil extenders. I just don't have them out right now. If you want to know what a pencil extender is, hit me up in the comments, the word extender, and I will show another time. How's that? I can post a picture after the broadcast on what a pencil extender is. I think there's another name for them, but I don't remember the name of them right now. They're really handy, but you have to get the right size, because actually not all pencils are the same size. Go figure. So they're a little finicky to work with. Where do you get them? Amazon is where I got a bunch over time. I have a whole stack of them. Because I used to do like one per color kind of thing. There we go. We are done. We are done, guys. So there we go. There's the backs of the cards. Doesn't that just pop? Let me know what you think. These specific 2 cards are not available. The packets for the month, which is very similar to this theme, I do still have some available. I'm at risk of actually not having enough for my vendor event, which is a good problem. So if you're looking to make your own version, even if you want to turn it the other way and do your own thing, hit me up. The packet version, $5 Canadian. I think most of our audience tonight is unfortunately not Canadian. For the US, I haven't decided if I'm going to market to the US or not, because payment's one thing, because we do e-transfer here in Canada. I don't think the US does that. And mailing drives up the cost. But if you're in Canada, you're interested in making a home packet of a similar theme to this, hit me up. And let me know what you think of the cards. And I always have a thing to say in my videos. My note is always buried. I mean, hey, you're all crafter kitties the way I see it. You know what? We're born to play, built for mischief. See ya.